How's everybody doing? Good. As you know, all this week, we are here with specialty audiences. And as you can hear from the sound of the raging hormones, my audience is made up of all teens. And my guests are from the TV show Major Dad, the teen actress Marsha Ryan. And from the Wonder Years, the teen star Jason Hervey. We'll be talking with teens, asking them questions you always wanted to know but were afraid to ask. Like, what do they think about? What are their plans for the future? And why do they spend so much time in the bathroom? Some people say that the teens of the 90s are smarter, more mature, and more creative than teens of any other generation. Of course, these are the same people who think Milli Vanilli don't lip-sync their concerts. But what do teens want and look forward to in the future? Some say they want the end of world hunger. Some want world peace, and some just want Tom Cruise. What kind of problems do teens face today? They have to worry about being academically prepared, they have to choose a career, and the biggest puzzle facing teenagers is who killed Laura Palmer. What's the most pressing problem you guys feel you're facing? Wait a minute, what's such a problem about sex?
Well, I don't have a problem with sex because I don't do that. But my mom talks to me a lot about it, and she tells me these different things and tell me to wait, which is good to wait, but sometimes you don't have time to wait, It's like... I'm not saying it. No,
but there's a lot of pressure.
Oh, of course, all the time. But it's like, you can say no or you can be yeah. But straight out, if the boy, that's all he wants from me, if my body, then, he can step off.
All right. How about the young men? Do you feel pressure to have sex? Yes. What kind of pressure do you feel?
Peer pressure.
Your friends demand that you...
Well, they don't demand, but you'll be dating someone for a while, and they'll say, well, haven't you been with her yet, or haven't you done this, haven't you done that? And it's a lot of pressure, so...
So you lie?
No.
Oh, no?
No,
you never feel tempted
You can't, because as soon as you tell a lie, it spreads. And then it spreads so quick,
All right.
It spreads before you can even get it out of your mouth, really. And then the person that you're dating or the person that you're seeing finds out about it, and that upsets them. And then, that really ruins your reputation and theirs. And you really you get disrespect from your peers also.
All right. Well, we'll come back and talk about gossip and dating and all the other things that bother teenagers today after this time. So often the so-called experts have summations about young people. So today we have the experts, teens themselves, to tell us their views on a variety of things, from restrictions to risks. Ooh. We were talking about sex earlier. What other pressures do you feel? Drugs? Racial tension? First, let's talk about drugs. Is there pressure to do drugs? In school? Who sells drugs in school? Somebody sell drugs in school? Stand up.
Yeah.
Where are you from?
Chino.
Chino? Isn't there a prison there?
Yes.
But is that like the Midwest, a small town community where we think that nothing bad ever happens?
No.
No? Is it a lot faster than people think?
Yeah.
They're drug dealers?
Yes.
That you know, students?
Yes.
What do you do when you find out one of your friends is doing drugs?
I try to, help him out so he'll stop.
Who is that, your boyfriend?
Yes.
Stand up. What are you, planning to be a narc? No, you think that it's just terrible and no one should ever try drugs?
If you want to try it, go ahead, but you shouldn't because it's not very good for you.
Have you known people who've been ruined by doing drugs?
Yep.
Very close?
Yep.
Somewhat, how bad?
Bad enough to almost die.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
How did you help that person?
He still doesn't.
He still does drugs? You said racial problems were a problem.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, they are.
What's the biggest racial problem? How do they manifest themselves?
The biggest racial problem is just like us young folks. You know, we saw our parents and our grandparents, you know, not getting along with white parents, their white parents and stuff, and the young people see that, and they figure that's the way it's supposed to be, and it's not. So just like us now, you know, you wouldn't see this 50 years ago, and it's hard not to talk to this guy right here, and you know, he might be thinking something in his mind that why is this guy talking to me?
So you're carrying the baggage from your parents.
Yeah, well,
when you really don't feel that way.
Yeah, we shouldn't.
You want to get along. How many
Exactly.
people feel like it's okay? Everybody should just be. And your parents give you other messages at home? Yes. All right, well, we'll come back with my guests, Jason Hervey and Marissa Ryan, and we'll talk about this stuff some more. Thank you. My guests from Major Dad, Marissa Ryan, and from the Wonder Years, everyone's favorite brother from hell. You know him as Wayne Arnold, actor Jason Hervey.
I can't play basketball.
Have a seat. So, good morning. It's good to see you. You were complaining the whole time. I can't make a basket. I don't play basketball, and the ball went right in.
It was pressure.
Are you involved in sports at all?
Yeah, I play ice hockey.
Ice hockey?
Yeah. Right. The Kings lost though last night, so you know.
But are you from Southern California?
Yeah.
How do you get involved in ice hockey from Southern California?
Because a bunch of my friends play for Los Angeles Kings, and so they influenced me to play, and it's really good. You know, it's a good workout, and it's a really healthy sport.
Okay, Marissa, are you from California?
No, I'm from New York.
Really?
Yeah.
And you went to the School for Performing Arts.
Yeah.
You one of them fame kids,
I was
right?
one of them fame kids, except they don't have any Leroys there and they don't dance on lunch tables, but yeah, it's the fame school.
Is it racially mixed?
Yeah, very racially mixed. It's actually, I think it's uneven minority. I mean, there's everybody. The entire it's all 5 boroughs that is combined in that school, so.
Was that ever a problem? Is there ever, like, fights just because people are different than other people?
Yeah, there's a lot of racial tension, especially in New York City. It's escalated a lot over the years, but it's also real. There's something at least that the school has in common. You know, it's harmonious in that sense because, you know, they have the arts in common. So.
Did you graduate?
No, I'm in my last year of high school out here. I didn't graduate. Unfortunately, I wished I had. But.
Did you graduate from high school?
Yeah, I just graduated.
From, like, a regular school with regular kids?
No, it was a, yeah, in the sense, they're regular kids, you know, but it was, it's called Valley Professional, and what that was is, it's a school,
It's like an oxymoron, you know? Kind of a contradiction, Valley Professional.
It's a school where kids who are like professional horseback riders or like figure skaters go, and you don't have any electives. You know, it's kind of boring, you know, because you have to do, you know, your history, science, you know, math. You have to do all that stuff, but you get out though at like 12:15. So you know that allows. Isn't that cool? And so you know that allows, you know, all the kids to do their thing.
Now, both of you have worked in the acting profession from the time you're very small. Does that make you better prepared to deal with the workforce later on? Or do you feel like you're missing out on the interaction with other kids your own age?
Here you go first. So I can think about it.
I didn't work that much when I was young. I was in a few commercials when I was a little kid. I don't even remember them much. And I did theater from like 9 on in repertory and upstate. But my parents didn't push it at all, and I'm glad they didn't, because I look at it now and I think, at least now I'm at the age where I know the difference. You know, if I want to do it, I can, and I know what's out there. I think you really just start really, vigorously working when you're older. When you're younger, you don't really know what's going on, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of...
Well, she just shot down my whole life. Because I've been doing it since I was like 4.
Well, that's my opinion on it.
So, thanks a lot.
But you don't feel like you've missed out on, like, the graduation ceremonies that other kids might have had, or...
Well, no, actually, I mean, I did, I've never, well, that's recently, though, but I mean, I've never been to, like, a prom, I've never been to, like, a high school dance, and that's something I've always wanted to do, just, to experience that.
Well, one of you ladies will take him to the prom, won't you? See, all you had to do was ask.
But, no, I mean, I've been doing it since I was 4 years old, and since I've been doing it, though, since I was that young, it's just that it became a part of my life. It's nothing, it's like after an audition, it's like, I would go out and I would play, and it's like that never got in my way. And it was like my parents were always really cool. It's like they never pushed me. It's like if I were to say to my mom, you know what, I've had enough, this has been fun, this is great, but I think I want to go on and do something else. Yeah, great, I'm behind you, you can do whatever you want to do. And, that was really important to me, because I think if I had pushy parents, saying, you have to do this, and if they were kind of like living vicariously through me because like maybe they wanted to be an actor, singer,
right,
like whatever, it's like that would put more pressure on me, to do the job. But since they didn't do that, I have fun with it. And I really didn't miss out on them. I've always played sports, and it's just the dance thing that
you really want to do.
Yeah.
What's the scariest part about growing up? You're both, what? You're how old?
16.
16.
And I'm 18.
You're 18. So you're about to enter that full adulthood stage. Is there anything about that kind of frightens you?
Okay.
Okay.
That one. Switch on now.
Yeah, really, it does. Because, I'm 18 years old, and it's like, it's weird. It's like, I want to be independent. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I do. I want to be independent, but it's just like recently, like 2 weeks ago, I got sick. I came down with 104 temperature. I was sick for like a week straight. And the first place, because I live by myself, and the first place I went to was my mom's house. I stayed a week in my mom. It's like no one takes care of you, like your parents. It's like no matter how much you want to be independent, it's like your parents are like so important and instrumental in your life. And, it is difficult, being 18, and now it's like I'm a full adult. If I do something, if I do something, it's not, they can blame the parents or they can do it. It's like I have to take full responsibility for all my actions. I mean, I could get sued, I could vote. I mean, there's like so many, I could go to jail. Ugh.
You can be drafted?
So many, yeah. Oh, don't say that.
Does that scare you at all?
No, I mean, if I had to, I'd go fight for my country. I mean, it wouldn't.
Would you, Marissa?
It wouldn't be like the first thing on my list. But
Would I fight for my country?
Would you, if women could be drafted, would you go?
Depends.
I think that's messed up. I think women should be drafted. I mean, it's like.
Well, women.
I'm just kidding. It was like a joke.
Well, no, I mean,
like,
that's a valid point. If you really feel that way, I mean, why should men go and not women?
Well, I mean, that's an obvious answer to that. I mean, you can't.
What's the obvious answer?
Well, I mean, if you put I mean, yes, many women are strong and many women, have great combat abilities, but on the overall fact of it, if you took, 20 women and I mean, yeah, you could train. I mean, many women are in the Marines. I work on the show where I meet many women Marines all the time. But on the overall, comparison, men, are stronger in that sense. In the.
I better stop because it's good.
About that, we'll come back and try and talk about this some more after these commercials. experts on the subject of teens themselves. And before we went to commercial, we were talking about going to war and stuff like that. How many people here worry about being drafted? Do you? Would you go? Stand up. What do you mean no?
So wouldn't go.
How would you avoid the draft?
I would move place to place.
Hey, you think the government's never seen that before, huh?
Oh, and if they get me, just take me to jail.
Well, why would you rather go to jail than go to the service?
Because I don't want to die.
Oh, well, no one ever dies in jail. Now, I just want you to feel secure about that. What about gangs? Are gangs a problem in school? Yes? What? How are they a threat?
I mean, they walk through with all their colors, and if you ain't got on their color, they start sweating you like, yeah, what set you from? And it's like, it ain't even all about that. Why can't you just go to school and be yourself, and you don't have to be in no kind of game.
Anybody here ever been on the wrong side of a game? What happened?
There was this guy in a gang once that liked me, and because I wouldn't go out with him or anything, he got mad and wanted to fight me.
Really?
Yeah, tried to get other girls after me and stuff.
He tried to get other girls after you, or he tried to fight you himself?
Well, both. A little bit of both.
How did you deal with that?
I just, told him, I'm not going to fight you. I, call the police and everything. It was a lot of problems.
Is it hard to go to school sometimes? Yeah. Are you threatened a lot? No? You ever have to fight when you don't want to? Yeah. Yeah? Like what? You never have to fight, do you? Stand up. What's the biggest problem you have in school?
Oh my gosh, my homework.
Well, now, we have two people on stage who also work and go to school. Do you feel a lot of stress?
Yeah.
Because of your situation?
Well, I went to high school for 2 years in New York. And when I came out here, and I was registered still in my school in New York, but I had independent study. So that meant I had around 4 hours a day of school on the set. And, all you guys probably don't think that's much because you go to school for 6 hours, but you have to remember when you go to school, you get 45-minute periods, and during those 45 minutes, you can fool around, do whatever you want, and sometimes not even be in class. And you'd probably fall behind, but when you're in there for 4 hours in a trailer with one tutor, just giving you assignments and continuing, you're really concentrated on your work.
Who can you talk to, though, when you feel stressed out? Who understands and can help you out? Your parents? Friends? Your other friends understand and can help you out? Really? Even if you felt really down, really like almost suicidal? Has anybody here ever felt suicidal? Up here at the top. Come here, let me talk to you. Come on, let me talk to you. What happened? Come on. Like what happened?
Well, one day I got in a fight with my mom, and because I went out without her permission with some guys that I know. And I came home the next morning, and she started cussing and, all that. And I told her, I go, you know what, I'm going to kill myself. And she didn't say nothing. So I called my friend. She was talking to me. So she told me not to because I had everything ahead of me, my education and all that.
So it helped you out to talk to your friend about that?
Yeah.
But you were out all night. You didn't expect to get in any trouble?
No.
Hey, come on, you can't
I was having fun.
But you can't stay out all night, but don't kill yourself either. We'll come back and wrap this up after this commercial. Talking to teens about teens, and I guess what we have to remember as adults is that the teens are our future, and it seems like from talking to you guys, our future's in pretty good hands. Thank you very much. Thank you, Jason Hervey, for being here.
Thank you
Good
very
luck
much.
on the Wonder Years. We'll be looking for you for a few more Wonder Years.
Thank you, and thank you for the gum.
And thank you, Marissa Ryan from Major Dad. We'll look for you there every week, and we'll look for you every day, and for you every day. Thank you. We'll be back with more interesting people and talk about more interesting stuff. Have a good day.
This is Anthony Adabo, Jason Craig on Generations. Sharing the moments to love on Generations. Today, only on NBC.
The Marsha Warfield Show is a Klein & Friends production in association with Backburner Productions.